Hello and welcome to episode 73 of Speak Free with MattyG. Joining me today is Tigers player Heath Mason. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the Speak Free studio.
Thanks, my bro. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the Riff.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, eh?
No, thanks for coming in, man. So we're going to talk a bit today about obviously your time at the Tigers, the new contract, upgrade to top 30 for next year, which is awesome. And sort of your history there and playing, through the pathways system. And I also want to talk to you today about your Indigenous heritage, which is why I chose to wear this jersey today. It's actually the first Indigenous jersey I've ever bought because I thought the design was hectic, and also we're playing good footy, so we deserved my money this year.
100%. No, it looks mad, eh?
But yeah, no, it's so nice. But we'll talk about that first, actually. So you're a proud Indigenous man, and we got a couple of the boys at the Tigers now with Indigenous heritage. What has that been a big part of your life growing up? Always, or has it been sort of like a recent thing that you've like wanted to learn more about yourself and that? What's it been like for you?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm always being a proud Indigenous man growing up. Growing up doing different like dances and stuff. Especially one of my cousins is sort of like my uncle, but he had like a dance group down in Wollongong, and we'll go down there and do dances and stuff. But obviously, yeah, still trying to learn more about my culture as I get older. And but yeah, all my family are real proud Indigenous people, so I know most of the stuff about it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. And so you grew up, you're in Bowral, right?
I grew up in like Bargo, Thelma area, but I was born in Barrel, so Barrel Hospital.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So that's like towards like that's going down south, right?
It's
like along like the Hume, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Down south, like, so I live near Picton, so in Thelma, and then I was born in Barrel, so it's down near Mittagong and stuff. So
yeah. So I travelled down there. Obviously, you go past it like on your way to Canberra and shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No, I know my geography. But no, that's mad. So is that classed as Tigers area there?
Yeah, that's still Tigers area there. So yeah, I think I'm not too sure how far it goes down, but I think it goes down to about Mittagong, Barrel. So down there. Yeah,
before it becomes St George. Illawarra sort of area.
Yeah, it's Illawarra, and then if you go further down, like Golden Ways is like Canberra and stuff. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that's mad. So was it? I guess you've always been playing in the Tigers pathway system then, growing up. And what age were you when it sort of started to get serious for you? Like when they, you got in their actual pathways system.
Yeah, so I grew up playing, like, we called it Group 6. So that was like obviously your reps. So you did that like under 12s and stuff. But when I first started playing Harold Mats was when I was 14. So that's when it sort of kicked off, and it was 16s at that time, but then they changed it to 17. So I ended up playing 3 years of Harold Mats. So.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, it was good. So from 14, that's sort of when I all started in that.
Yeah, that's mad. And then you played after Harold Mats. It's what is it after Harold Mats?
SG Ball.
Yeah. Then you played SG Ball and Flag, right?
Yeah, so I played SG Ball. My first year SG Ball, I played SG Ball obviously, and then I went to Flag that year, and then the year after that I sort of started in SG Ball my second year, but then went to Cup and then obviously NRL by the end of that year. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's mad. And who did you win the premiership with? Was it the
Harold Mats team?
That was the Harold Mats team.
Yeah, that was Harold Mats, yeah.
And who else was in that team that's still at the Tigers now?
So we got Kit, Luke, Will Craig.
Yeah.
That's most of them, eh?
Yeah, that's mad, but because that's like the next generation sort of coming through.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Well, I talked to Hamasi a lot about this, but from a fan's perspective, I see such a switch in culture at the club, one that I haven't seen there for a very, very long time at the Tigers. And obviously I'm not in the dressing rooms with years, and I don't really know what's going on, like, behind the scenes. But from a fan's perspective, just the way you guys, I guess, are interacting with each other, with the fans, the way the club's being run, there's just been so much improvement this year compared to previous years. What's been the biggest noticeable changes that you've noticed at the club?
Oh, I think like compared to the year before, like obviously it's been a big change this year, but I think just the culture, like all the boys are a bit more connected probably than we were the year before, and just our standards and stuff are really skyrocketed last year, and I think that's why we're playing a good footy on the field, because we were training really like tough during the week, and that just led on into the game. So
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely an attitude switch.
Yeah, for sure,
There was like a never give up sort of attitude. Even in our losses, like a lot of losses, we lost by 4 points or
yeah,
2 points or, and sometimes as a fan, they hurt more. But I'm like, you had to keep reminding people, this is a good thing. Like, this is meaning we're there. We just got to work out how to fucking win those games,
yeah, no,
those
100%.
tight games. But it's better than getting flogged fucking 64-0 and you're asking, well, I mean, we did get flogged 64-0 once this year.
Yeah, at least there's only one state.
But
you know what I mean?
yeah, that's an anomaly. We'll forget about that. But like compared to previous years, where there was a lot of sort of blowout wins, I think there's just I think you learn a lot more about yourself from those close losses, because you're doing a lot of things right,
no,
and then just need to work out how to fix those last few things and play for the full 80 minutes and just those like little switch off periods, how to sort of fix that. But to be competitive in every game this year was such a great thing for a fan to see, even in when we didn't get the 2 points, because I feel like we're really building something special at the club. And Tigers fans sort of say that every year, but I truly do believe it this time. And I feel like there's just such a I feel like there's actually a clear path forward now for the club, in what we can achieve. Do you feel the same way as a player?
Yeah, no, 100%. As you said, there's a couple of games where we lost by 2-4 points, and if you turn those games into wins, like obviously you always say could have, but realistically, if we did turn those into wins, like we'd probably be playing finals footy. So
yeah,
I think if we learn from this year and those close games and what was working and what wasn't working for us, I think that we can turn it around next year, and I think it'll be a good year. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, 100%. There was a few memorable moments from this year. Great moments as a Tigers fan, and I'm sure it felt pretty good as a player. Now, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but I can't remember which games you played and which games you weren't in. But the Bulldogs game, right? I don't know if you played in. Did you?
Nah, I didn't. I was watching though, so.
But yeah, so you're
part of it and stuff. So.
Yeah, and what a fucking win that was! Like,
yeah,
that was honestly my favorite, probably my favorite Tigers performance in the past. I'm going to say 10 years.
Yeah.
Because it was just brutal. We were just there to win, eh? Like, and I feel like that, what we put on the field that day, in terms of attitude wise, is exactly the attitude we need to push for a finals berth next year.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like in those conditions as well. Like the
pissing
way the
down.
boys, the way the boys came out and played, it was good to watch, So
yeah.
100%.
Now, what was your favorite moment for the year?
Favorite moment.
What games? How many games you played this year?
I played 7 games this year.
So 15. You've played 15 altogether, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, the last 2 years. Yeah. But yeah, like I just love that you're there to fill in. Like, you're pretty solid, man. Like, it's hard when you lose someone like Jareem or that. Most teams would sort of crumble, but I think just your attitude to coming in and filling in those spots. As a fan, I just love that. Like, I love seeing that in a player, and I think we've got that in our team over a few players now. Like, Adam Dewey is a great example of that.
Yeah.
The way that man can just like slot in anywhere and kill it. Like, I'm so glad we re-signed him, because what a cult hero at the Tigers he is. But is that something that I guess? Sort of, what are your goals with moving forward, obviously into the top 30 next year? Is like pushing for a permanent spot something that is what you're trying to obviously it's what you're striving for, right? But is that something you see in your future for next year?
Yeah, 100%. Like, obviously there's a good bunch of boys there. Like, they're gonna be hard to make the team, whatever. But obviously that's my goal. Like, obviously to be in the team more constantly and play consistent footy in first grade. But at the end of the day, I just got to go into preseason and work hard and, let my footy do the talking for me. And then, whether I'm playing cup, and just got to play good footy and then be pushing for a spot on that side. So, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Did you play fullback growing up always, or were you in the halves? Or?
So I played, growing up, I played like in 5'8", sort of halfback. And then So I played a bit of hooker as well, so I didn't mind both of those positions. But then obviously, yeah, about 3 years ago, I started playing fullback, and yeah, so I'm not, yeah, I don't really, I'm still trying to find which one I like the best, but at the moment between them three are probably my favorite positions. But I've been enjoying fullback the last 3 or 2 years, and just getting used to trying to develop and keep getting better. So yeah.
Yeah, it's insanely hard position, like fullback. Like you're the last line of defense. You're you're not only that, but you're controlling sort of your defensive line as well from the back. You know, yelling and screaming at your players to get somewhere and fill a gap. And there's so much elements to the game. Plus being good under the high ball, and it's just so like I played growing up, and I ended up playing in the front row towards the end of my career. But I would always say the fullback. I think fuck that, fuck that pressure. That's crazy. But like it is an insane like the fullbacks. Some fullbacks today, I'm just like wow, like just even wingers, like just to be under the high ball, like to be so safe. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely tough, but I think just with the practice and stuff we do at training, that helps.
Yeah,
what
get
I mean?
ready
So,
for the game. Yeah. Well, that is one thing in terms of training at the club. Have you seen a change in standards over this last, or improve over these last 2 years with Benji at the helm?
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely. This year, like the standards were not only by the coaches but by the players were like pushed up a notch, and I think this year was really a big step in the way we train, which would lead to the way we play. And I think you don't really think that it will help you play, but the way we were training, like sort of the back end of the season, I think that's why we were playing so good towards the back end of the season, because the way we were training. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to a training session right before the Doggies game, and I remember I asked Mia, I said, do you reckon I could get like a quick interview with any of the boys like after? And she goes, honestly, she's like, we've even been like pushed back as the media team because Benji's just like, the team needs to focus. Like, and I saw how locked in yous were, and then to come out like, and how well the team played against Dogs, I was just like, fuck, hats off to them, man. They're doing, it's obviously working, whatever they're doing in training, and yeah, to bring that attitude, I think that's something that we really found towards the back end of the season was the correct, that attitude, that identity, and who West Tigers are. And yeah, I think we're due for a massive year next year.
No, I think we really did find our identity and what worked for us, and not only in the games but in training and stuff, and just as like a playing group as well. Like we figured out what's good for us, what's going to be the best for the team, and I think that's going to be good. It's good to find that this year leading into next year, and hopefully it should be a good year.
Yeah. I think it will be 100%. Finals, here we come. Let's go.
Let's hope so, eh?
Now, we'll talk about your debut with the Tigers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it against Gold Coast?
Yeah, it was against Gold Coast.
At Leichhardt Oval?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
How good. Debut of fucking Leichhardt. And we won that game too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah. It was mad. It was especially at Leichhardt too.
And I think it was our first win in like a fair few weeks, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Because I remember we beat... I'm trying to think of the right year. Fuck, maybe I'm getting mistaken. Anyway. But yeah, I think we went on a bit of a losing streak, and that snapped it at Leichhardt. Yeah. But yeah, that was special, man. Like any game at Leichhardt is special. Not to talk shit about Campbelltown. Like, yeah, great. It's I love watching my team no matter where we play. But yeah, Leichhardt, there's just something special. Do you feel that as a player?
Yeah, no, especially I've said it to a couple of people now. I reckon probably Leichhardt's probably the best ground I've played at. I think it's because the fans are so close, and just that hill. There's the best atmosphere when you're on that field, especially debuting there as well. It was mad. Like go on the field and just hear all the fans screaming and stuff. It was probably it was the best atmosphere I've ever played in. So yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. And you would have had all your like mates there and that.
Yeah, had all my mates, family and stuff. So yeah, it was cool. It was good to just see like everyone, a smile on everyone's faces, and it was good to get the win as well for the boys. So it made it extra special. So that was good.
Yeah, yeah. Any like that, man. Like so many great moments there just this year alone. Against Sharks.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dewey kicks the penalty goal, and then the field goal against Titans.
Yeah.
Dewey again. Crazy. And then the Cowboys game, I know we didn't get the dub, but so many like fucking iconic moments. And I was saying to a few of my mates, like, I've probably been to, God, I wouldn't even know how many games I've been to at Leichhardt. So many, you know. We don't play there much each year, but over the years, you know, would amount to a fair bit. And I must say, when Buller scored that team try,
Yeah.
in that you know final game at Leichhardt against Cowboys, with the flick pass from May and that, and I'm like, I've never heard the hill that fucking loud ever. Like, I'm telling you, they would have heard that shit in like across the Anzac Bridge, mate. Like,
No, 100%. No, yeah, it was mad. It was mad atmosphere there. So
it was crazy. Like, people throwing their beers, like full beers, they've just lined up for fucking 40 minutes for, just chucking it in the air, bro. Like, everyone was just G'd up, and I'm like, this is suburban footy. Like, it's special, and I'm so happy that, you know, we got a deal done with the government, and they're saving Leichhardt Oval, and it's going to be done up in that. And they're not touching the hill. So
how good, eh?
Happy days. That's what I said. I don't care what you do with the rest of the ground. Don't fuck with the hill.
Yeah, it's sort of like a real memorable like thing about that ground, that hill. So no, it's good they didn't change that up.
There's something so special about it. I can't even explain it. It's just a feeling I get when I go there. It's just
even as like a player, you can't really explain it, but it's just the atmosphere and just the feeling, like the buzz you get while you're out there playing. It's hectic.
And how do you feel it would be as an opposition player playing at Leichhardt? Do you hear everything? Yeah,
it'd be terrible. Like, it's obviously good for us because we getting the cheers and stuff. But as an opposition player, no, it'd be terrible just hearing how loud it is out there and just sort of coming to that ground. No, I wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, some of the abused people yell. I'm like, fuck. Oh, it's all in fun, but it's good banter. 100%. Yeah.
But nah, it's a mad ground. I'm glad we're playing there again next year. Three games. Hopefully a trial there again as well. So, you know,
should be good.
But yeah, so moving into next year, I guess top 30. So what was your contract this year? Not top 30.
So I was on development deal this season, but then I ended up getting upgraded to top 30 sort of halfway through the year. So that was it was good to sort of be playing some decent footy and sort of training well. So it sort of was a little it was good. So
yeah. No, it must be. Yeah, it's nice to have that. You know, I guess the club showing faith in you and bring you up. 'Cause how old are you?
I'm only 20, so
only 20
this year. So
fuck, man, it's crazy. He's also young, but you know, it's mad. I think we've got the youngest team in the comp.
No, heaps of the boys are real young, but I think it's good to have a couple of leaders within the group as well that are helping us develop our game and sort of be a bit more mature than we probably were when we first come in. So yeah, it's good.
Well, I think that's been a big shift, right? Is to have people like Romy there and these boys that set high standards. But to just have a leadership group too, like I think obviously I can't speak for you guys, like you're a player, but as a fan perspective, I just think to have them as like, and you see it through the media they do and that, and just how they hold themselves, I think is such a credit to them and credit to the club for bringing those boys on. And I think across the board now we've really changed a lot of people's perspective or perception of who the West Tigers are. I think we're a bit of a laughing stock for a while. And you know, as a fan, it was hard to defend some shit, but but now, like, I feel like there's a lot of pride within the club, within the fan base, and I think it's all built off the back of players like that, of Romy and Appy and Terrell 100%. And you know, these boys that just set high standards. And what's it like to train with or to play with alongside some of these boys like Jerome Luai, and you know, is that kind of a dream come true for you?
Yeah, like, obviously mad, like growing up, you know, watching them play, and the next minute you're sort of playing alongside them. Like, it's obviously a mad feeling, but just to watch them play and how they go about their training and their games, and just sort of not only like enjoy playing with them, but learn off them, and just by watching how they sort of play and they prepare for games and stuff, you can learn little things that are gonna help you and make you a better player and a better person. So yeah, no, it's been great playing with them, but also off the field, and you know, enjoying this learning of them. So I enjoy it.
And you guys are like, you are genuinely close off the field, eh? Like, you all hang out and that. Like, do you all hang out in the off season too? Like, obviously you have time with family and whatnot, and your own friends and from, you know, wherever you are from, like back home. But is like one thing I've really noticed this year just through socials is that like the amount the team does together outside of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's mad. I think that is what builds it builds culture, right? So is that Is it? Am I
Yeah.
right in saying that?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like obviously, everyone's got their own families they go see and they go, back home and whatever. But yeah, like I've caught up with a couple of boys when played basketball one day, went for going for runs and stuff. So yeah, going for lunch and brekkie and stuff. So it's good to be able to connect with the boys, like not only during the season but in the off season, and build relationships that are going to help us on the footy field. So
Yeah. And I suppose the off season's not very long, is it?
yeah, no, it's not long at
Before
all.
pre-season.
Yeah.
When does pre-season start?
So we're back on November the 3rd. So
Fuck.
only got
So you get like a month off, basically. Oh,
we
2
got
months.
about
2 months off.
7, 8 weeks, I think it was. But yeah, obviously you got to go back fit. So yeah, we've still been training and making sure we're staying in good shape.
Yeah,
and stuff.
because
So.
you should get your ass fucking handed to you if any of you went back.
Yeah, nah.
A bit overweight, eh?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Benji's big on that. Hey, like, to stay fit during the off season.
Yeah, well, that's what we obviously like have interviews out of like after the season and stuff, and he sort of just said to us, we need to come back and make certain times and stuff. So yeah, definitely need to make sure I'm going back fit and making the times and stuff. So
That's
yeah.
cool. I like hearing that. I mean, because it is easy to sort of go, oh fuck yeah, season's done.
Yeah.
Let's
I think I did that last year as well. So my first off season, I sort of enjoyed it a bit too much probably, and so I'm making sure this year learned from that and coming back extra fit and making my time straight away.
Well, man, that's what it's all about, is learning from it. And but I mean, mate, I love a Zinger box more than anyone. Trust me. If it was up to me, they're telling me don't come back. I go, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother. But nah, it's the I think the dedication with you guys now is very clear to see. So it's been sort of it's been a 180 shift. I feel like at the club. It's,
for sure. Yeah,
it's good, and to have Richo there at the top too. I think is just mad.
Yeah,
I love Richo.
No, he's a good. So,
yeah. He's a legend, eh? I was talking to Massey. I went and watched Massey's cup game, and Richo was there, watching all 3 grades, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like CEO, like to be there and to put that much time into the club. Like it's not all just bullshit when he talks. You know what I mean? He actually means what he says.
Yeah,
and I think
100%.
that's it's clear as day, like with the decisions the club's making and the amount of boys that want to stay at the club now too. And, I feel like, there's a lot of loyalty to the jersey now with this playing group. And I haven't felt like that in the past. Like as a fan, I've been like, everyone's probably just going to leave. Like, and because it's happened. Like that's how it's been. But I think now with, I don't know, there's just something about this group that I'm like, I really think this group's going to win a premiership, eh?
Well, that'd be awesome, but yeah.
Like, I truly do believe it, eh? Like, I'm manifesting the fuck out of this. Like,
it's mad.
My only wish is that if we do win the comp, I'm invited along to fucking kick-ons, mate. I can party. But nah, obviously that's a long way away. But it's an end goal, and it's something that I guess you're working towards. Tell me what it's like. I guess a little bit of insight into the club. Who do you get along with most? Who's probably your closest mate at the club?
Well, obviously when I first come in, Brent Naden took me under his wing as like a little brother, you could say, in a way, and he's been very good for me. Just we ended up building a close relationship off the field as well. So I used to go after training, stay at his house at some nights, and just to cut down on a bit of travel and stuff. And not only on the field but off the field has really really helped me. And I don't think people realise the effect that he has on not only myself but other boys in the group, and how he's a good mentor. So he's probably the closest one for me. But I get on with everyone obviously, but I sort of just try and learn off like the big dogs like Appy and Romy and stuff, and just because obviously they've done it for a while, so just learning off them and trying to build my game. But I hang around all the boys sort of thing, so it sort of changes. I'm not really just one group. I sort of hang around heaps of the boys, so
yeah. And that's really cool to hear about Naden, because Hamasi said a very similar thing, and it sounds like he's a real leader and a mentor to a lot of the young guys, which I didn't actually previously know. So that's a cool insight. So hats off, Nato. Legend.
He's a good bloke.
You were with him yesterday, weren't you? Didn't you go for a run? Oh no, who did you go for a run with yesterday?
I was with Will, Lukey, and I was with Talon as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's you got a bit burnt, did you?
Yeah, I did get a little bit burnt,
Yeah,
but
fuck.
I was a bit white, but now I tanned pretty quickly.
Do
So
ya?
I sort of went red because I was real white, but yeah.
You're lucky, man. I did not tan at all. I went up to Cairns. When was that, last year? Yeah, or last October, and I fucking went out on the Great Barrier Reef for the day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I did a bit of scuba diving, and then I did snorkeling for the rest of the day. So I'm just on the top of the water. My back, bro. Fuck me. I blistered and everything, eh? It was bad,
burns
man.
and stuff.
Oh, bro, it was bad. Like, I was getting my mate to fucking rub cream on me. Yeah. I was like, oh, man, yeah, I'm too white for that shit, eh?
Yeah.
Saying that I should put on sunscreen, but, my fault.
Yeah, I probably should put something on, but...
Yeah, but, it's up for debate, that shit. So, not to get
just want a good tan and stuff,
Yeah, mate, if you tan, fucking go for it, lad. No, but that's cool, man. That's, like, it seems that there's such a good culture there. So you're close with Talon?
Yeah, like obviously, like he's not there anymore. But when he was there, I was pretty close with him. So
yeah,
but yeah, we sort of just obviously he's still been training and stuff, and it's good to go train with a group instead of by yourself. So I've been doing a couple of field sessions by myself and stuff. But yeah, we went for a run yesterday. So it was a 6.5K run or something. So it was good. We woke up at 3:00 and went for a run at 5. So it was good.
Shit,
made a day out of it. So
yeah, that's
good.
nice. Where'd you run at, like Bondi, was it?
Yeah, we just went Bondi to Bronte and back. So
everyone loves that shit, eh?
Yeah.
Fitness freaks there, mate.
Run clubs and stuff, but
I know. I reckon it's the run club capital of the fucking world, mate.
Yeah. But
Bondi
yeah,
Beach.
just trying to keep fit. So I thought may as well go do that. The boys are going to do it. So
it's a fun way to do it too, right?
Yeah,
like rather than just training on your own, you may as well do it as a group.
Yeah.
Now, playing for the Tigers, obviously, with you, I guess filling in a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
You probably have copped a bit of criticism. You're very young. This is what people forget. You're very young. NRL is a fucking total different ball game, right? And how do you deal with negative comments, I guess, or people being negative? I'm sure people have messaged you at some point,
Yeah,
and
100%.
And I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want you to call them out or nothing like that, unless you want to, obviously.
Nah.
Feel free. But I've talked about it a lot on here. I just think you're just a dickhead if you do that to a player. But how have you dealt with that as someone who's so young and coming into, I guess, the spotlight? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, I sort of like obviously you get a bit of criticism if you miss a tackle or you do something, you drop a ball or something. But I sort of, for me, at first it was a bit hard. I saw a couple of messages or a couple of comments, and I was like, I missed one tackle. Like, why they having a go at me? There was a lot of other stuff in the game that happened. But for me, I've just learnt like not to look at comments and stuff, and just even if you get messages, sort of just leave them, because at the end of the day, like the fans are going to be upset if you lose a game or you do something wrong, and we don't want to do anything wrong when we're playing on the field. So when we stuff up, miss a tackle or something, we're burning inside just as much as the fans are probably burning at us. So I've just learnt to just take the positives, like read the positive things, and the negative sort of stuff, just try and block that out. And if I missed a tackle that game, go work on it at training, and then make sure the next game I come in and I do better and I don't let the team down. So yeah, for me personally, it was just not reading the comments, not worrying about the messages, and just worrying about how I can, if I did something wrong, how to get better. So no, it was a good sort of, for me, I've sort of got myself in a good mindset where I don't really let negative things affect me, and just try and keep working on my game each week and getting better.
Yeah, that's good. And trust me when I say, all those people that have messaged you, as soon as you have a blinder, they'd be your biggest fan, mate. So,
100%, yeah.
It's footy, but right? And you know what? You need passionate fans in the game, and passion comes with both love and hate, I guess. I've definitely in the past said a lot of shit, not personally to players, but written statuses and been, fuck this club. But like, of course I didn't mean it. It's just emotion right at the time. And I've definitely gotten better gotten better at that as a fan, over the last few years. I guess flying up to Townsville and watching us get flogged 74-0, fucking, it stills you as a fan, right? Yeah. Oh man, that was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah, love that.
But no, it was. I think, that's hats off to you, man, because it's very easy to get sort of wrapped up in negative shit. Even just as podcaster, content creator, like cop bullshit, all the time, just from dickheads online. And it's funny, like a little bit at first it started to affect me, and now I just laugh at them. I'm like,
yeah,
you're no one, bro. Like, spending your time commenting at me, bro. Like, and obviously you'd feel that on a much larger scale, playing NRL. But has there been certain, like you talked about Nathan as being a bit of a mentor, has he helped you with that sort of stuff as well, like off the field, or has there been anyone that's given you advice with that sort of thing?
Or you sort of like, obviously a couple of the boys would go through the same sort of thing, and you sort of hear them talking about it, and just them sort of saying similar things and how they go about it and how it affects them and stuff. And I think for me personally, I did it sort of on my own because I didn't really like. I'm sort of pretty strong-minded, so I did see a couple of the comments, but I'm like, you know what, like, am I gonna let this affect me? Like, at the end of the day, I'm playing footy. I've played some good games, played probably games that I would wish I could have moments back, sort of thing. But I think for me, I got a strong family and a strong support group behind me, so I can sort of, if anything is bothering me, I can talk to them. Especially my mum's like, she helps me out with heaps of stuff. So if anything's wrong, I sort of go talk to her, and she's been a big help with little things like that. But I think personally for myself, I just figured that out on my own, just to not worry about negative things. Sort of just I try and keep in a real positive mindset, and when there's negative comments, you sort of just got to block it out and move on. And then they might have been negative the week before, and then you go out and have a blind, as you said, and it's all positive. So.
Yeah. Everyone loves you again,
100%.
Footy's so fans are so up and down, man. Like, it's the same way as like fans who either turn up to a game or don't turn up to a game, depending on how the team's going. It's like, fuck, man, here I am traveling overseas for the team.
That's dedication, bro.
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you a story, actually, about that. So I went to New Zealand, and so I was with, met this little young kid. His name's Koa, shout out. Kiwi, like Warriors fan, obviously, from over there. I think he lives like 2.5 hours away from Auckland. So they travel for the games. And but he loved a lot of the Tigers players, so he was like wanting to meet a few of the boys. So I said, "I'll stand with me. Like if anyone walks directly past you, I'll grab him for you. Like I'll yell out to him, make sure he gets a photo." So standing there, and all the boys get a photo with him. That next minute, Heino comes up. He's carrying this big like crate, right? And all I said was, I just said, "Fuck, bro, look like you're struggling there, mate. You need a hand." And then he just walks past me. I was like, whatever. And then he comes back. He's like, "Can you actually give me a fucking hand, bro?" He takes me down to the sheds, bro. We're walking up, and I didn't realize how far down. It fucking was, like at Mount Smart Stadium. Have you?
I've been there. Yeah.
So it's like 3 flights of stairs
down there. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'm carrying this up. I pumped it up there, right?
Yeah.
Pumped it up to the bus. Bro, every time I see him now, he goes, "Right, remember the time you had to stop halfway up the stairs, lad?" I'm like, shut up, bro. I did not. Such a talk shit. So Heino, fucking, I love him, man. But in saying that, with that, has it been like, with Heino there, with Hodjo there, obviously Benji's your coach, those 2005 legends, is that cool to play in a team with that in, sort of that, those players there that you guys looked up to, whether you're a Tigers fan or not growing up, but to have that sort of energy around the club, is that, Yeah,
no, it's mad. Like obviously, they're good coaches as well, and they're obviously good players when they play it, and they all have their little like different roles and stuff, and they're pretty good. They're good blokes to talk to and stuff. I get along with all of them really well, and they're good coaches as well. So they're mad.
Who was your idol growing up?
So my idol growing up was Jonathan Thurston. Actually, I just liked the way he played, and just he was a hectic player, and I also liked Benny Barber. That helped. Obviously, when I transitioned into fullback to watch, went back and watched a couple of his games, and he was just a freak. So they're probably two players that I looked up, and I enjoyed watching them. But
Yeah, that's mad. So you weren't a Tigers fan growing up?
No, unfortunately I wasn't. My dad goes for the Bulldogs, so
you're a Doggies fan.
He sort of had to go for the Doggies growing up. So
I mean, I respect that.
Yeah, But obviously, like as I started playing, like for like Harold Matts and stuff for Western Suburbs and that, I started watching Tigers games and sort of and then obviously playing for him now. You just like Tigers players. So.
Well, of course, yeah. Like people forget. I just ask out of curiosity. It's nothing against you guys. Like you go for who you go for growing up. And it's just funny. Like I talk to like other fans. They're like, bro, I would never sign with another club. I'm like, bro, yes, you would, bro. If another club came to you and said, hey, I've got a contract offer for you, you're going to sign it, right? Yeah. Like 100%. So, but no, that's mad. Like I can see your commitment to the club. Yeah. I think everyone has that commitment there now in the playing group. Obviously, there's a couple of contracts we still need signed. Bulla, please.
Yeah, he's a freak. He needs to stay.
Definitely needs to stay. Hopefully that happens, soon before what's the deadline? November 1st?
The 1st, I think.
Yeah. So hopefully that happens soon. But anyway, we'll see. So everyone on break. Everyone's just on break now. Hey, until the 3rd of November.
Oh, some boys come back like a bit later. It just depends. Like some boys play for like Samoa and all those sort of.
So they'll get a bit of extra time. Yeah. Because that Pacific Championships I'm keen for.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, I got tickets to the finals. So I'm hoping it's Samoa versus Tonga because I want to watch my boy Romy. But yeah, because they didn't play there last year. It was Tonga. Australia was playing. Hey.
Yeah,
and Samoa were.
Sure,
yeah, I think Samoa were playing over in England. Whereas it's the Ashes this year. So, but no, that would be mad. That would be mad atmosphere.
I remember going there when I was a bit younger. I think I was like 11 or 12 with my family and stuff, and just the atmosphere and all the singing and the cheering. It's the best atmosphere.
Like I remember after the game, like Australia ended up winning against Tonga last year in the final. You wouldn't have known it from outside CommBank Stadium, mate. Yeah. They're all celebrating, like everyone's just having a good time. They've got their like a sea of red flags, and it's mad. It's mad atmosphere, and I think it's so cool. The NRL's like really diving into, I guess, more multicultural or just more culture based. I guess games or competitions for Pacific Championships is a great example. We've got the Māori versus Indigenous All-Stars as well, which is, I think, a fantastic concept. And it's mad to see that sort of thing being lifted because I guess it grows. The international game is actually growing. Like, it's mad. Like, I love that teams actually have a chance to beat Australia now. Like, before, growing up, it was always like, Australia's going to win. Like, I think that's what made 2008 Rugby League World Cup so special when Benji carried Kiwis to a surprise win. It was so shocking. But I think now it's like I don't know, it's a bit more even playing field, which is good for international footy.
Yeah, no, 100%. Especially like you don't want this Australia as much as I want Australia to win because obviously Australia. But you want it to be like a close game instead of just a whitewash. So no, it's good.
Yeah. Sure. I think it's just healthy for the game, Like it grows it.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I just wanted to get your opinion on this as a player. What do you think about the new teams coming in? Both Perth Bears and then it will be PNG. What's your take on that? As a player, is it exciting to think about the growth of the game and.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, it's obviously exciting. You want the game to grow, and obviously more teams to come in, and just to get it bigger. So it should be good, and it'll be exciting when they come in. And obviously Dolphins were the last one that just originally come in, and they were playing some good footy this year, and probably were unlucky to miss the 8 as well. So
I think so too. Yeah,
it'll be good for Perth and Papua New Guinea to come in and sort of sort of harder playing field as well. So it should be good.
Yeah, well, it will even out the playing field a bit more, I think. I think you saw that this year as well. It was such a close competition. Like even with like 4 weeks ago, I think it was like 6 teams that could still make the 8.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's mad. Like it just makes it a lot better. Like all the games are closer and there's less whitewashes and stuff. So it's definitely it's good for the game. Good to grow the game. So for sure.
Yeah. It's there's nothing worse than seeing like, a team get absolutely flogged, especially if it's a neutral, like you're a neutral fan, like if it's like Tigers aren't playing, like if Tigers are flogging someone, I'm loving it,
For sure.
But if it's just like, if I'm going to, just a game that doesn't involve my team and it's, it's a flogging, I'm like, oh, God, how boring. But I feel like the NRL this year has been probably some of the best footy we've seen ever.
For sure.
So as a fan, loving it. But Tigers, We're making the 8 next year.
So,
I feel it. Has that been I guess, a talking point within the club, or is it something just unspoken and you just play good footy week to week, or do you set goals at the start of the year for where you want to finish?
Yeah, we sort of spoke about this year. Like, we obviously wanted to make the 8. With boys like Romy and Tito and that coming over, but we sort of got to the point where it was just we wanted to take each week as it is, and sort of not look too far ahead. And so each week we wanted to go out there, had our set plan, and wanted to win week by week, and then eventually, like, if you win more weeks out of less, you're gonna make the final. So I think obviously, yeah, the end goal is obviously to probably make top 8, but we need to just take it week by week, and that's sort of how we went this year. So
yeah. And well, I did hear Benji talk about that a lot, especially towards the end of the season when there was a lot of top 8 chatter, and we're in the hunt for the top 8, with a few weeks to go. And just playing good footy week by week, and just focusing on who your opponent is that next week. I think that's a good way to be, because if you get too carried away and too ahead of yourself, I think you can lose sight of
no, for sure. If you're looking, you want to make top 8, but you're looking there, but you're not looking at each week. It's not going to be. You're not going to win those games to make the top 8 in the end. So I think if you just take it week by week, and that's sort of what we're doing, is it helped us out a bit this year. So
all in all, I think a great season for the club. Gave fans a lot of relief to not finish last again, because I tell you what, 3 wooden spoons is fucking. That's a hard thing for a club. It's a very hard thing.
100%.
And I think hats off to the fans for sticking. The ones who have stuck by.
Yeah.
The Tigers and turn up to every game, and I honestly do think we have the best supporter base in the comp. I know there's bias as fuck me saying that, but I really do, And I'm telling you, as someone who didn't grow up as a Tigers fan, but that's okay. But as a player, if we make finals next year, it will be the fucking craziest. They'll have to put us in a call. There'll be 80,000 people there.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It'll be the most hyped finals game ever. It actually will. It's been 15 years. That's mental. So yeah, I think I can already envision it. It's happening. But obviously enjoy this off season, and then come back firing. I hope to see you run out there and playing a lot more footy next year. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, brother. And you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
And I'll see you at awards night anyway.
Nah, we'll do.
Get on the sauce.
Nah.
All right. Remember, guys, speak free with MattyG. Claws out, baby.